We are here with day 3 of finishing every Forza Horizon game. We are, of course, as one would do on day 3, going to be playing the end of Forza Horizon 3's progression. Today, we're going to be unlocking level 5 of the Byron Bay Festival site location. And then playing the Goliath. And then we're going to be playing the Blizzard Mountain Goliath, which I've never played before. And then we're going to be playing the Hot Wheels Goliath, which, you know, that'll be fun. That'll be fun, right? Allegedly. That'll allegedly be fun. That'll be pretty cool. So yeah, in case you missed it, by the way, I did indeed say that this is day 3 of finishing every Forza Horizon game. So if you weren't present for the previous 2 streams that I did, I went and I finished Forza Horizon 1 on Saturday, and then yesterday on Sunday we finished up Horizon 2. So that's pretty cool. And so today we're finishing up Horizon 3. I mean, there's not really much to say on the matter, other than that's what we did, that's what we're doing. If you're at all interested, by the way, tomorrow I will be finishing up Horizon 4. I will be playing all 7 1/4 of the Goliaths. So, you know, that'll be fun. I'm kind of looking forward to that, because, like, I don't know. I've been pleasantly surprised by Horizon 4 in my replaying it. I still think it's the worst of the bunch, and 3 is still my favorite, although 5 is definitely getting there pretty damn quickly. I think a really good expansion and maybe a Gurkha might change my mind. But, you know, for now, Horizon 3 is still my favorite. Yeah. Friday as well, I'll be playing through all of the Goliaths before I move on to the normal Forzathon shenanigans. So that'll be interesting as well. And at the end of running all of those Goliaths on Thursday, I will be announcing what the channel anniversary sleep lock this year is going to be. I've been dropping hints during these streams so far. Don't know what today's hint will be, but I'll tell you that Saturday's hint was that it is so long that it is going to be over the course of 2 weekends, basically splitting it in half, and both halves are still going to be sleep lock length. This is just, it's this big spicy idea that I had. And then yesterday's hint during Horizon 2 was that even though it's really long, it's going to be fast-paced. There won't be a whole lot of downtime. So that'll be kind of spicy. That'll be kind of interesting. For today's hint, though, I don't know what's a good hint for today. So it's really long and it's fast-paced. See, I didn't think this idea through, because now I need to think of 2 more hints. I don't know. I'll try and think of one today, and if I can't, I apologize. Those might be the only 2 hints you get. I'm going to hit the drive button, because we actually need to go back to the mainland, because I like spawning in Hot Wheels land, because, it's Hot Wheels land. This is, like, one of the biggest reasons to revisit this game. We're gonna drive on over
In 100 yards.
to Byron Bay. Understandable. Have a nice day. Anyway, as I was saying, we're gonna drive on over to... Please tell me I can do this from down here. I cannot. I'm a failure, and I would like to go home. I request passage home, mother. But yeah, so I've got the Hot Wheels Goliath unlocked. This will be the last thing we do today. So it's kind of interesting that we're spawning here.
You have arrived at your destination.
1,000 experience. And yeah, so that's the last thing we're going to be doing today. Because like I said, I don't have the Goliath on the mainland unlocked. I only have the DLC Goliaths. So, you know, we're gonna get the mainland one unlocked on the alt, and then play all three. Like I said, I've never played the King of the Mountain race, which is the Blizzard Mountain Goliath, if you don't know. And I have played the main and Hot Wheels.
A coat of paint and that Ferrari 166 looks good as new if you want to come get it.
Well, it's a Ferrari and it was a barn find, so it's an old car. So I'm going to assume good as new means poopy. Apparently, my highest skill score car is the funny. It's the Lamborghini P. What is this Horizon 5 looking ass load time anyway? What's going on? What's going on here? I think this is the perfect segue to throwing on some music. If I pull up my stream music playlist, and then I click this neat little shuffle button, and just in time. If you want to check out any of the music that's playing, it's all stream safe. Whatever you see in the bottom left is what's currently playing. And if you want to check out any of the artists in this playlist, they're all linked in the description, and I would highly recommend checking them out, because I wouldn't have them in this playlist if they weren't both stream safe and good. And I've also started removing songs that I don't like as much from this playlist. So, you know. Although it's not tailored for racing games yet. And I still need to do that.
Hey, Melody. I've heard a lot of good things about you. I think we should try and get them to sign up to your lineup.
I need 2 million fans! And we only get 120,000 for an exhibition race, so, I guess we should roll for some championships. Now, I want to get a bit of everything in, but we're going to start with just undiscovered routes.
Another rumor about an abandoned classic. Isn't it brilliant? I swear I'd quit my job and go looking for these things full time if I didn't already have the best job in the world.
Warren, I'm going to eat you. Anyway.
400 yards.
Yeah.
Bear left.
Oh yeah, I don't have the sheep horn in this game, but I have the bicycle. I have bike horn, bitch. Which is almost as threatening. Oh right, I can break things! Oh my god, I can break things. Oh god, we're on the left side of the road, right. Gotta remember that. So, the best way to do this, to get this level up is we want to be doing championships and bucket list. Ooh, we got a scramble too, nice. Because exhibitions are going to give you some fans, but not quite as many. Byron and Outback. Sure, why not?
Retro Hot Hatch
2 and 2? Yes.
Back when you needed to get the shopping home in a hurry.
Gaming. Oh. Oh. I have to buy a car. Damn, I'm not used to not having cars in, like, any Horizon games. I'm gonna turn the music down. Oh, I know what's wrong. It's not that I need to turn it down on stream. It's that I need to turn it down for me. There we go. That should be much better. I apologize if that was a bit too loud. This is a hatchback? It sure don't look like one. On the note of not looking like a hatchback. Alright, so I can go with the Fiesta, the Civic, we could go with a Clio. I don't want to go with these two because they don't look like hatchbacks, and I mean, you know. Look, when it comes to humans, discrimination's really bad, don't do it. When it comes to cars, discrimination's how you make things fair. Literally, that's why people want all-wheel drive and rear-wheel drive to have separate lobbies in Horizon 5 open drifting. Is that just to reiterate, only cars. Just to reiterate, don't discriminate when it comes to people. Especially if they're real people. Because that makes you a bad person. I'm gonna go with the Civic. Now we got the PSA out of the way. Show me the cheeseburgers. Or Real Street. What? Alright, well, what spicy stuff do... So here's what we're gonna do. You know what? Screw it. We're gonna search pony. We're gonna look for horses. Okay? We're gonna look for horses. That's very interesting. And 5-star popularity. Screw it, we'll go with it. I also like how it was named Hot MLP Hatch. Interesting. All right. Well, now that I've chosen the best car in the selection pool. No, really, I think it was like the highest level, unless the Integra was higher. Time to zoom in C class. But yeah, the reason I want to be doing championships to speed this up is because they give you a huge bonus at the end once you've completed the whole last championship. Whereas the races only give you a chunk, and it would take about like 16 or 17 races or something in that area. Whereas with a championship, it should only take about 3 championships, which should be less than 15 races. So our high end should be below the low end of just doing races. And the reason we want to do races instead of bucket lists, because bucket lists give you a stupid amount of fans. Bucket list challenges give you like $4 US dollars, which those don't work at Horizon. Like no, really, they might as well be giving you like, they might as well be giving you like whatever currency is worth the least, and whatever the smallest available unit is. Whatever the smallest possible unit of currency in the world is, they might as well be giving you that. So not only have you been given the smallest amount of currency possible on the planet, but you've also been given it for the Horizon Festival, where it's not valid currency, because it's not Horizon credits. So that's why that's why I won't be doing any bucket lists today. Also, PR stunts are pretty okay. They give you a decent chunk of fans, but literally no money because they're PR stunts. Of course, they don't give you money. Yeah. That's the plan. So, a thing I learned after I ended stream yesterday is that Horizon 2's finale cannot be replayed in single player. Just for some reason, somebody decided that it would only be replayable online. And in Horizon 2, you can't start a race alone online in a private session. So I can never replay that race again, realistically, unless I get a friend who's willing to hop on Horizon 2 and also has it. I never claimed to be good at this game, but God, that was awful. I have already run out of interesting commentary because there's only so much you can say about cargo zoom. I was playing Grid before I started streaming, and every rear-wheel drive car in that game manages to make Forza's rear-wheel drive cars handle like a dream. So you know, like in comparison. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. It's how you do it with cars, and then you just say, no, I don't. The rear-wheel drive's poopy, right? Because it is. I mean, that's literally how classes of race cars work. Look, all I'm saying is, when you have a circle, you have a round circle. That has nothing to do with anything I've said in the past, like, year. But I said it anyway. Also, wow, races on the mainland give you, like, no money. Dear God. Also, the reason we want to get money, if you're wondering, even though I already have 2.5 mil, is that each time you upgrade a festival site in Horizon 3, if you don't know, you get your choice of discounted cars. And it's for the first, like, I think 2 levels, they're all free. And then at level 3, I think there are some free and some with a crazy discount. But then at 4 and 5, they get really expensive. Which is also why I wanted to make sure that, I also wanted to make sure that, I had a good chunk of money coming into this stream, which is why I wanted to have all the expansions all done and stuff. And I didn't actually do a lot of money grinding. Because, like, truth be told, I kind of... No. Oh, from average to above average. Why did I have it on average? Right, because some of the Hot Wheels races are stupid. Because the AI in those races is stupid. But I love the Hot Wheels expansion, don't get me wrong. But when it's the only thing you play in Horizon 3, that gets a little repetitive. So I ended up just not doing a lot of money grinding, even though I guess I could have done some Blizzard Mountain shenanigans. Ow. Life is pain. I still need to think of a good hint for the channel anniversary sleepwalk. A big think. Ooh, I've got it. Today's hint is, it involves multiple games, more than one game, but it is not the entirety of any of the games involved. No, I won't tell you how many games it is. There's today's hint. So it's so long that it has to be split in half, and they're still both going to be sleep lock length. It's fast-paced, and it involves multiple games, but is not the entirety of any involved games. I think those are good hints so far. I wonder if anyone will figure it out. It's interesting. One of the games has something specific for it that makes it a bit more interesting, that I wasn't originally planning on, and then I found out it was a thing. And I was like, oh, well, that'll just be even spicier. Wasn't turning. That's unfortunate. Front wheel drive moment. Okay. Well, it doesn't look like I have any chance of screwing up bad enough to lose the race. That's nice. I've been titling these streams "Finishing every Forza Horizon game," and then a subtitle that isn't the game name, because I thought that would be a fun thing to do. So like for Saturday it was the first one. Yesterday it was the sequel. This one's the best one. And I'm debating if I want tomorrow's to be Dilbert or the worst one, because like I did the best one planning on having it be the worst one. I could also have it be Dilbert the worst one. Like a Yu-Gi-Oh card name. That would be kind of funny. Dilbert, the worst Forza game, in attack mode. And that's like a quarter mil. Wait a minute, did that say to showcase? Oh, it did. Oh, right, no, right, I did that on purpose. Never mind. I am just a stupid that forgot. It's 4,200. Are you kidding me? Well, you know what they say, it's like if you had a donut. So yeah, this will be, these races so far have given me, you know, about a quarter mil between the two, in fans, and we need, 2 million, so that's cool. I'm assuming the last two races will also be about the same, so that'd put us about a quarter of the way there off of just one championship. If we then do, you know, another championship, that should cover it, because like I said, there's the big bonus at the end. And I'm assuming that 2 championships will about cover. Because even if it's not like a straight up $500,000, we have PR stunts and bucket lists, which are technically PR stunts in this game. Why not talk about that? Don't. They're not. Hell, they even show on the map when they're undiscovered as undiscovered PR stunts, but then it's like clearly a bucket list because they're a different shape. Because PR stunts are square when they're undiscovered. Ow. I was really worried I was going to hit that tree. Thankfully, I'm not driving rear-wheel drive. Otherwise, that probably would have hit the tree. You know, I know this is semi-random, but I did mention it earlier. I've, like, never understood the thought process behind, like, discrimination with people. Like, I don't understand how people do it. I don't understand how people can just look at someone else and go, yeah, I'm better than you because of X quality that you have no control over. Like, how do you do that? I don't understand. I don't know how people do. It's such a weird thing. I'm glad I'm not like that. Although I am probably better than this AI at Forza. He's right behind me. Glob. Glob. Dude, his club name is Glob. Tonal whiplash, because I don't know how to come off of that. Off of my non-understanding of how people can possibly be that terrible. How the hell are you? Buddy. I'm gonna have to ask you to put your milk back in the bucket and put the hot sauce back on the bagel, dude. Because this ain't your race to win. Nope, I didn't get a two-wheel skill for that somehow. Not sure how I didn't get a two-wheeler for that, but okay, game. Go drunk, you are home. That felt like a longer race than it was. Yeah, but oh well. We're only about a half hour into stream and we've already made some chunky progress. So that's nice. 12,000 experience. I will indeed like the design. It does look nice. I do like sticking horses on my cars and in them, as many people do. Putting horses in your car makes it go faster. Do I drive to this race? Yeah, it's not worth the $4 grand. Especially because you don't earn as stupid amounts of money as you do in 5 and even 4. This game really is just the middle ground between it's really interesting because I don't know. I was gonna say this game really is a nice middle ground between 2 and 4, but then I was like, it kind of isn't in some ways though. And like, and then I was gonna say 2 and 5, but even that's almost not true. I mean, it's not in a few ways. So I guess I will, for like the millionth time, reiterate that I genuinely think every Horizon game has something interesting enough to revisit. And because they all handle slightly Whew. Because their handling models are all slightly different, they're all balanced slightly different as well. Like, and then also, I mean, the car lists are different enough, and, you know, the maps as well are definitely a factor, especially in Horizon, which has been promoting exploration since the super restrictive, relatively speaking, super restrictive Horizon 1 map. So, like, there's just so much that makes all of these games worth playing. I don't regret playing all 5 at the same time. I think that this is just a really enjoyable series, and they definitely did something right by giving them all their own unique touch. Especially, like, much more so if you have the DLC for every game. If you don't have the DLC for 2, I can definitely see an argument being made for 2 not really being worth your time without the DLC. But again, I mean, even just the race layouts, the map itself, the probably single most interesting Goliath I have ever seen in a Forza game. Like, even without the DLC, I think 2's got its perks. Although, if we're saying with no DLC, I would say 3 is actually probably the one that you'd be best off skipping. A lot of 3's uniqueness comes from Blizzard Mountain and the Hot Wheels expansion. Not that it has nothing, of course, because its progression structure is, I mean, it's super unique. I mean, I guess all of them have pretty different progression structures, so that's not... Ironically, the uniqueness of its progression is not unique. But I think it's got interesting progression in it. I also think it has, while it has some hit or miss track design, it's pretty much hit for the most part. I prefer mid to high class in this game over low class, whereas in 5, you all know I prefer low and high, and I don't like mid as much. And even then, it's really just like, I don't hate mid-class racing in 5. Although A Road is like my least favorite thing in the game. A Cross Country is pretty high on that list as well. Or low, depending on how you're formatting said list. Oh, come on. And I mean, like, 3's got a base map with a really interesting layout and stuff. My only complaint is that there's only, what, two cities? But there's a lot of areas made for off-roading. Like, 2 is where they let you go off-road and introduce cross-country races, but 3 is where cross-country in Forza really started, because a lot of it in 2 is either just slinging your car down a hill while ignoring the roads, or relatively flat ground. I mean, the elevation doesn't change much more in Horizon 2 cross country than it has on this circuit. This is a scramble, so, you know, again, except for I did that one race where we went down the mountain. That was a little bit of a different case, but never climbed it. So, I mean, I'm sure there's a race where you do, but, like, there's only, like, one place you can even do that.
My money was on you from the start. That is, if
also, that was an 18-mile championship, apparently.
Kind of wager, you know.
I did not get a lot of money from that. Oh well. we got another level up. So we can get the Jaguar Stipe. The Stipe. Or we could get 20 grand and be sad. That's fine too. That's also acceptable. And by acceptable, I mean very sad. Okay, so it's another... Okay. So yeah. I guess the plan then is do championships. And then whatever chip damage we gotta do to that fan bar. Have I not? Okay. Well, that's neat. But I don't have the championship unlocked. For you, I have not done the championship, but I kind of want to do some road racing. I've done the championship of you, but not the exhibition. Let's see. Sure, let's go for it. Classics in Paradise, because it's Surfers Paradise. Get it? Because it's like, yeah. Hey, I tuned this car for Hot Wheels Land, so now it's an A-class car. I mean, it's that or we're driving in D-class, so I've had my fill of low-class racing for the moment. Now this is only 3 races, so I'm gonna have a bit more chippy bits to do. That's fine. I'll probably just go clean up some PR stunts I haven't done yet. And then whatever I have to do after the showcase, if it doesn't put me up enough fans to get my next expansion. Which I'd imagine it will. Showcases typically do. It's essentially just a thing of, hey, you can go do this and just basically skip all the grinding if you do. Which is really cool. Really interesting. I'm ringing my bike bells at these people. Ow. Hello, friends! That was pretty spicy. Horizon 3 style, baby! Yeah, I guess it wouldn't be the end of the end of Horizon 3 if I didn't do that. I said it for both of the previous games, but I really do want to keep playing this game on stream. I don't think this will be the last time I play it on stream. Because again, like I said before, like, 3 is really the only one that you wouldn't want to... Like, 3 is probably the only one that I wouldn't revisit that I wouldn't be wanting to revisit regularly if I didn't have the DLCs. Thankfully, it's the first one I did. So, that's pretty cool. Dick! I couldn't take that corner that fast. You bucket of ass pickles. That is solid. Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to be solid, I'm going to be honest. That did not... To my eyeballs and my brain, that did not look like a thing I was going to dong off of the way that I did. But then I donged off of it. Dude, this thing handles so terribly. I shouldn't be surprised it's a Ferrari. But, like, I am. even though it's a Ferrari. Did I convert this thing to all-wheel drive? That's what I don't know. I'd imagine I did. Which would explain why I keep getting pulls in the straights like this. But it would make it even more disappointing that the handling is this icky. Ah, well. Either way, we took race number 1. And a whole 12 grand. Ooh. And another 125. So yeah, we're gonna be just a bit less fans than we had in the last one. That's fine. Does this end in, like, right where I am? Pretty much. You know what? I know I'm losing, like, half the money I get from the race, but it's whatever. I don't feel like driving that far. I don't feel like driving that far. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. Continue championship. I did convert it to all-wheel drive, and it still handles like a pair of skis skiing with wrenches for skis. So, like, in case you need a clearer image of what I just said, it's like, so, like, skiing, right? But instead of skis, you're on wrenches. It's a pair of wrenches that have replaced the skis. And then instead of a person, it's a pair of skis skiing on said wrenches. That's the process. That's. You really just wanted to run me off the road, didn't you, dick? Communism! Alright, now watch this. Watch this. They think I only have the power of communism. But then, we hit them with the old capitalism maneuver! Once you have mastered both of... Once you have mastered both of these powers, none shall stand in your way. When communism and capitalism are as one, you gain 4 horsepower. And I don't mean your car, I mean like your brain. Like whatever the mental equivalent of horsepower is. Not IQ, because that's different. Pain. Pain! I tried to be spicy. Problem, I tried to be too spicy. There. I was just spicy enough. You know you're driving a Ferrari when you're on what I assume to be rally tires. You've converted it to all-wheel drive. You're in second gear, doing about 50 to 60 miles an hour, and you're about somewhere between a tenth and a quarter on the throttle, and you're still managing to go wheel spin slide mode. Like, I literally can't corner as well as that. And this build should handle well. It just doesn't because it's a Ferrari. Now imagine if this was rear-wheel drive. Oh, the pain I'd be in. I don't like that that person's name is Your Boy Dusty instead of Ya Boy Dusty. Having it be Your Boy just sounds weird. Cause nobody says it's your boy. It's always it's ya boy. On that note, your grill's gonna be ramming this asshole in front of her if he don't back off. Alright, Catgirl drives aggressively against drivatars. I don't know if they've warned you. Bitch! Oh god! It didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work. I wanna go home, Mom. Bitch! There we go. Got it. Ow. I would feel bad for driving like this against the AI, but these are not advanced enough AI to take issue with... Okay. Fine, I'll go around the bikes. Can I just... Nah. I was debating brake checking that car. Oh. Let's see. The Lotus 11. I can't say that that's a car name I've ever seen before. I know of the 211 and the 311. I guess presumably that would be the 111. Otherwise known as just the 11, and I guess I get my name. I would have rathered the 150 below it, but sure. Now, I should be facing south, which means I should be able to just drive, and it won't take me very long to get to this other race. Yoot! And the focus. Nice. Ow. Yeah, that one was my bad. Right, I need to remember that I am in Australia and should be driving on the left. Okay, that one was on purpose. I actually wanted to slow down. That one, however, was not on purpose. The final race of the championship. I think that if I were to just end after I do all of these Goliaths, depending on how much the showcase gives me, this might be a less than 2 hour stream. So I might go a little after the Goliaths. No. Not after that last race. I like how the game's like, you're winning very easily. I'm not gonna say you're winning very easily after the races where, you know... like, you just breezed past the AI for, 5-6 races in a row, just this session alone. However, I am going to point out that you're beating them easily when you barely beat them at all in that last race, you dumb bitch. You should turn the difficulty up so that I can win, for I am the game, possessed by the spirit of Owen. The Drivatars are the reincarnation of Irwin, and your character is the reincarnation of Darius Flint. And so, the game must serve its soul's purpose in kicking your soul's ass. I barely gained any time because the car refused to have traction again. Tragic. Shit. Bitch. Aside from the wacky elevation changes, I'm not gonna lie, this just kind of feels like a track. This... I slowed down to not miss the checkpoint. And then my car stuttered to the right. And I'm upset. You know, like, if this were to be flattened out, this would just feel like a racetrack. I'm okay with that. Dude. I want to start doing more card game content on the channel, and I feel like that's a thing I keep saying. At the very least, it's a thing I keep wanting. That's an idea. I wonder if that person would be down for that. I don't know. I did it! Alright. How many fans do I have left to earn?
Rack up another championship win, boss.
$14,000. That's not bad money output for a mainland race. Okay, so $500,000. I would definitely get that from one more championship. For PR stunts, they would have to be undiscovered ones. Do I have any discovered that I haven't done so that I can see what those would be worth? It would technically be faster to do PR stunts. But you know what? Like I said, this might be the shortest if I don't end up doing anything afterwards, so let's go for some padding.
Not fast enough. BMW M Sport versus Mercedes AMG. Now that's more like it.
So BMW versus Mercedes, but it's the fast ones. Yeah, let's go with this thing. It's a nice car. This is the one that's in the crew, right? I'm pretty sure. I know I was only like 14 at the time, but I wish that I were making content when the crew 1 was alive. I really want to start playing the Crew 2 again, but it's just not as fun. The Crew 2, I got pretty hard burnt out on, like harder than I did with Siege. Because the problem with the Crew 2 is that it's all the same. Like, there's a handful of interesting events, and that's it. And even within those, like, since there's only, like... Hell, I'll be generous here and say there's only about 50 races in that entire game, I would say, that are interesting. Which sounds like a lot, but, like... I can't think of a single course in Horizon 5 that I dislike. I know there are a couple I'm not a fan of, but I can't think of one that I would just actively not want to drive off the top of my head. Like, they're all tolerable. Most of the Crew 2's courses are just very... You know people who say Super Mario is just hold right? It's like that, but it's the racing game equivalent of if that was true. For the majority of the Crew 2's courses. Like... And there are so many that are so similar in layout. They're almost the same course, just in a different location. There are a couple of nice ones. All three of the strip courses are pretty good. All of the ones that are on racetracks are good. So all of the Rallycross, Touring Car, Alpha... Air Race is really hit or miss. The points-based ones are fine. It might, you know what? Okay, it might be more than 50. Hell, it might be more than half. The problem is, if you don't feel like doing a score attack, that knocks out aerobatics and also monster truck, since there's only, what, like 2 or 3 monster truck races? Only one of which is not a straight line. Although, the one that is straight is at least a bumpy off-road course, so... It's got that going for it. It's not boring, but it's not amazing either. Powerboat is Thumb Pain Simulator, and has the straight line issue with every single course. Jet Sprint only has a couple good courses, and the handling model for it is just... I don't know. There's just something off about it that makes it not feel great. Air Race is pretty hit or miss. There's a handful of good ones, a handful of bad ones, and a couple that are mid. I totally missed that. But, like, the majority of Street Race is... the Street Race discipline has more races than any family in the game combined. Obviously, if you're doing the street racing family, you can't include street racing. But it has more races than Drag, Drift, and Hypercar combined. It has more races than the off-road family combined, the freestyle family combined, or the pro racing family, I think it's called, combined. And that's a problem when there's 10, maybe 20 good courses. And I think there are like 60 street race courses. And I would say about at least a third of them are basically the same thing. Like, even some of the good courses have very similar courses that are repeats in other places. And it's just like, pain. I mean, I guess they're both circuits. It doesn't really matter what order I do them in.
To do so. In 100 yards, keep left.
And like, I don't have as big of an issue with Hypercar having the more straight line oriented courses either, as I do with Street Race and Powerboat, because the entire gimmick of Street Race, or not Street Race, of Hypercar is, hey, these are really heckin' fast cars that we're racing illegally. Of course you show off the speed. I think that's fine. I think basically every Hypercar race having one of those is fine. It makes sense. It shows off what makes them special.
At your destination.
And most of Hypercar's courses are fun. I don't like that the longest race in the game is about half an hour long. I feel like at the point of committing to having a half-hour race, you should definitely have committed to something much longer. Like the first game did. Which brings me to my next point. I think that every Rally Raid course is mid as hell. There are a couple I recall not liking that I don't know by name. But I don't think the ones that I don't like are bad, per se. Because I think that Street Race having all of these... Dear God, my car wouldn't turn. I went into the wall and it was just a whole mess. Because the thing is, so with Street Race runs being all, you know, really straight line oriented and handling not being as much of a factor on your cars, right? I think that is just bad game design. Your game isn't designed as a whole, nor is the Street Race discipline designed around driving in those straight lines. You know, the game and the discipline are designed with normal track design in mind, and then it's just not there. And like if that were an identifying characteristic of Powerboat, I think that would be fine, but while that's cool, and to be fair, I do actually think Powerboat's pretty enjoyable, if for no other reason than I like boat racing, and there's not a lot of options for that. Like, I still think a lot of the courses are mid because of it, and I think having some more interesting Powerboat courses could be nice and interesting. I'm not asking to throw them on jet sprint courses. I know those are a little too tight, and I have my issues with how jet sprint handles, but you know, it's fine. But the problem is, I don't think straight line speed is a fair identifying characteristic to get to Powerboat. I don't think putting it in water changes the fact that you're still moving at half the speed Hypercar does. And both disciplines are trying to use their straight lineness as a gimmick. But then on top of that, both boat disciplines, you have to be holding down on the left stick pretty much the entire time. So, like, you know, that's nice. Motocross, I think all of the races are good. There's a couple that I really dislike personally, but that's just because the way I like to drive in that discipline doesn't really vibe with those courses, and I think they're good courses. They're just not good courses for me. Which is fine. Not every course is going to be something everyone wants to play or is good on. That's why you want to have variety and not half of your courses in a discipline where you're supposed to be able to have handling matter, have handling not matter. Ooh. And then, you know, every touring car and alpha race in the Crew 2 I think is amazing as well as Motocross and Rallycross. So good. Maybe not every Rallycross, but most Rallycross courses I think are fine. So maybe it's a little more than half, but with how much focus they put on Street Race... Yeah. Also, I think every US Speed Tour course was good. I think the worst ones are, like, high-end mid. So that's fine. Also, hello, B-Teen. Welcome to the stream. Sorry that took me a few minutes. I was vrooming indeed with a 3'd. So, yeah. One more race to the showcase that will hopefully just jump us straight into our first Goliath when we complete it. Hopefully.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left. In 400 yards, turn right.
But yeah, like, the Crew 2, oh, and another issue with the Crew 2 that makes everything feel samey.
Turn right.
Within a discipline, the massive majority of vehicles in it feel the same.
400 yards, turn left.
Like,
Turn left.
there are so many cars where it's just like, yeah, I could drive the,
In 100 yards,
God, there was one, it was the LaFerrari, and there was something else. And I unlocked the LaFerrari, and I was really excited, because I had finally unlocked it. I don't think I had ever actually gotten it on PS4 in the Crew 2. And so I finally got it, and then there was, I think there was a Huracan. And I might have this backwards. It might have been that it was a Huracan, and then I got the LaFerrari afterwards. But I unlock one of them, and this Huracan's a Summit exclusive. And I get it, and I unlock one of them, then the other, and whichever one I unlocked second was just the other one, but better. They handled identically. But one of the... Okay, they handled almost identically, but one of them was slightly better and accelerated slightly faster. And that was the only difference. The only difference between those two cars was that one was better in every way. And that's such a common trait. I mean, most of the cars in Street Race just feel the same. Just some of them are faster. That's why, like, the meta in the Crew 2 is a lot more stable and solid than the Crew 1's ever was. Except for that one time where it was the LaFerrari and the Hummer in Perf Spec. That's... Whew. Never forget. But, like, there's not a lot of experimentation. If you want to get a sweaty PvP lobby together in the Crew 2, first off, you don't have private lobbies, which is dumb. And second, like, there's only so many cars you can drive. There's like 3 per discipline, and that's it. And that's max. And it, like, whereas the Crew 1, it's like, the Crew 1 had a much smaller pool of vehicles. And actually, on this note, I mean, props to some disciplines in the Crew 2. Motocross, just about every bike is viable. None of them are awful. There are 2 at the top and 1 that runs pretty much even with them, but skill gap. I think it's that it is actually slightly better, but skill gap is an issue. There's a lot more room for failure with it that can screw you over. And I am not able to catch this guy, by the way. He corners quicker than me, and I don't gain in the straights. This is really annoying. I just couldn't come. And like then the rest of the motocross bikes are still fine. So credit there. But then you look at Rallycross, and there's like There's like 3 meta vehicles. I want to say it's, what, the Escalade Enforcer, the... whatever the old car is that got an Enforcer unit. And then the Lan Evo, right? And I think that's the entirety of Tier 1, we'll call it. That's the entirety of OU in Rallycross in the Crew 2. And, like, if you try to drive anything else, first off, everything is skill gapped except for, like, 3 or 4 cars. Like seriously, okay, probably single-digit cars that aren't horribly skill gapped in Rallycross by being super slidey. Spoiler alert, 2 of them are the Escalade Enforcer unit and the Lan Evo, and that's a huge part of why they're as good as they are. So on top of the cars being inconsistent as hell, the ones that actually do handle tolerably are just slow. They handle like the Lan Evo and the Escalade, but they're slower. And that's the only difference between the cars that are like that versus the top 2 that are like that. And it's just so dumb. Whereas in the Crew 1, you know, I mean, there was
You know, you should spare a thought for your fan club.
so much to
Every
choose
time you
from.
win another of these things, the extra traffic crashes their website.
Like Street Spec, you had the Golf, you had the Skyline, which was the best. You had the Golf, which pretty much ran even with the Skyline. The Ram, the Mini Cooper. I did it. I did the thing. I got the showcase. I think the Abarth was pretty good at the time, wasn't it?
Hey, Melody.
And like,
You're not going to believe this.
most of the cars in Street Spec were pretty solid. Most of the bikes in Street Spec were terrible, if I recall correctly, though.
They said do it, so we're doing it. Get down here right now.
Blimpy boy! 2 mil plus. Understandable. Have a nice day. I will drive to this. I will blow 10 grand to drive to this. Because I'm going to do it in a fast, zoomy boy. Yeah, screw it. I'll go with this thing. And the reason all of those cars were able to be meta in the Crew 1 was because they all had their strengths and weaknesses.
When it is safe to do so.
It wasn't that they were the meta cars because they were really heckin' fast and handled the same as other cars that were slower but handled that well.
200 yards. Turn left.
It wasn't, oh hey, the,
200 yards. Turn right.
it wasn't, oh hey, the Lan Evo is better than the Elise because it is faster and they handle the same. It was, the Skyline's the best because it corners really consistently. And while it's not the fastest straight spec, it's pretty up there. It had everything going for it. It was kind of good at everything, and that was its strength. The Golf was also good at everything. But it was, if I'm recalling correctly, I think it was a little faster and cornered a little worse. I might have that backwards. I haven't played the Crew since the Sleep Lock. And before that, I hadn't played it in quite a while. Let alone PvP. Let alone meta-sheeping in PvP. So you'll have to excuse me if I've forgotten. The Ram, I believe, was the fastest in terms of top speed in Straight Spec and Raid Spec. I think that was the big draw for it. The Mini was just light as hell. It was an unstable rocket. Relative, of course, because a rocket in Straight Spec is still pretty slow, but When it was in the meta in circuit spec, and I don't think it ever like totally left. That was literally the draw, was that it was this unstable little rocket. You kept it under control. You were not losing. And then you had the 12C in circuit, which wasn't the most stable thing, but you know, or it wasn't the most stable. Wasn't the most speedy thing, but it was one of the most stable cars out there. And then they reworked circuit spec, and it made me cry. He goes spin! What happened to him? Oh, that's what happened to him. Oh. Oh. Oh! Oh, that poor SUV. Basically, I'll just say what I've said 1,000 times. The Crew 3 needs to happen, and it needs to be the Crew 2 with the Crew 1's philosophy. I have never seen a racing game get balance patches outside of the Crew 1.
Keep right. In 200 yards, keep right. Keep right.
I've never seen a Forza game get balance patches. I've never seen the Crew 2 or Mario Kart or anything like that get balance patches. But with the Crew 1, they were like, you know what? The LaFerrari's really bad for being one of the most expensive, Why am I in a convoy? They were like, you know, the LaFerrari is one of the 4 most expensive cars in the game. We should make it not suck. And then they did, and they kind of overtuned it a little bit.
In 400 yards, turn sharp left.
And you know, that was like a very interesting period in the Crew's history if you were a basic bitch and drove perf spec like everyone in their dog's left ankle. Which left ankle? Front or back? Yes. And like I said, there was also a brief period where the Hummer was meta in perf. And then bikes came in and shook everything up.
This is it.
Except for street spec.
Our big finale.
Bikes weren't great in dirt though, because if how PvP worked in the Crew 1 after they went in and reworked it. Oh, golf cart. Because this isn't how it worked at launch, but the way that it worked by the end of it was everyone votes on a race. You can pick the course. It can be in any spec. It could be race or minigame. You would choose whether traffic and collisions were on or off. They were 2 separate settings. If 2 people voted the same race, it would just remove one of their votes from the pool, I believe. Which is kind of annoying, and I don't like that it does that. You could circumvent this by like just picking a race where traffic won't matter. Have one person vote for traffic on, one for traffic off. And then with and without collisions for both of those. And if you're in a crew of 4, you can vote 4 times for the same race. As long as you're okay with collisions. But that's how it worked. So it was pretty reasonable to expect that while most people driving seriously wouldn't want collisions on, some wouldn't mind it, and it, you know, as long as you're not dealing with rammers, it adds a nice extra bit of skill when collisions are on. And so, bikes in dirt spec and raid spec were not the most popular picks. Because usually races are pretty close if everyone's driving the meta stuff. Dear God, that's a blimp. I almost hit the wheel of the blimp! But there were a couple bikes in dirt that were really good and able to keep up really well with the skyline and the pickups. I am a failure. And then in circuit spec especially, there were I think 2 or 3 circuit bikes, or was it just 1? I don't even remember how many circuit bikes there were in the first game. I know that when Wild Run came out, my main circuit vehicle became the S1000, the BMW, because that thing was. Dude, this game does not want me to land this damn golf cart. It was so fast. It was basically the Mini, but like to the extreme. And it never got nerfed, actually, which was really interesting. Perf, there were a couple of good bikes. I know the Super Duke was good in Perf. I don't remember, what was the best street bike in one? Was it the Scout? The Scout was terrible. Oh god. Scout, if that was the best bike, oh god, I remember how bad that thing was. Icky. Icky. I did the showcase, which said it's over 2 million.
That's the sound of 50,000 fans having their minds blown. Couldn't have done it without you, boss.
I see. Yeah, the Crew 1 had a really fun meta. And I wish the Crew 2 had a fun meta as well. How many fans? Oh my god! 2.5 million! Festival expansion ready. Well, chat, you know what that means. It is time to expand Byron Bay and unlock the Goliath. And then play all 3.
Well, you did it. The biggest Horizon festival in history. Horizon Australia isn't going anywhere. There are more races and PR stunts out there, and plenty more fans to bring down under. So, what should we do next?
Oh god, music. Oh god, music. Oh god, music. Oh god, no, no, no. Oh god. Okay, there we go. There we go. Dude, why the hell is my mouse stuttering so hard? Is my computer dying? No. I have completed the final showcase. Which I think technically is game completion. I think that's what they consider completing the game. But I don't consider that completing the game, as I did set out to play all 3 Goliaths today, so you can bet your ass that's what I am going to do.
Hey, Melody. I met a fan last night. Said 50 of his friends were coming up from Sydney. I think we might need to expand again.
Well, I think I know just the place to expand here.
More grist for the rumor mill, mate. Abandoned
I'm just going to ignore those for now.
Go do your thing.
I'm just going to ignore those for now. I don't like barn find hunting in this game. I think Horizon 3 has the worst barn find hunts in Horizon. That's a danger sign to my left, right? No, it's a speed trap on the road. It's just not centered well. Understandable. Have a nice day.
Seeing stars after that stunt, boss? No? Well, here's 3 of them.
Well, now I'm seeing them, I guess. Haha, 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 haha. You know what? Does Byron Bay cost money to travel to? Yes. Well, that makes me sad. I miss when the main festival site didn't cost money to travel to back in Horizon 1 and 2. Although, you know, At least you earn enough money to pay for a fast travel in this game. Barely, though, to be fair. And not as consistently on the mainland, if it's not a street race. I can't rewind? I can't rewind. It won't let me rewind. Will it let me go back far enough? Will it let me go back far enough? Where did you come from, dick?
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Hey, dude, I need to slow down. Thanks. I'm not gonna get enough speed to do 3 stars on this, but that's fine. Or I have severely overestimated how fast I needed to go for 3 stars.
Your commitment to endanger yourself for PR purposes never ceases to amaze me.
I like how I was just... My car must have just been in the air that entire time, because I could not turn. Nor could I slow down. I don't know how my car managed to be in the air that entire time. But it must have been. Why did I go that far left and then hold right and not go right? How much drugs and can I have? These are my questions for you, Forza Horizon 3. God damn it, I can't break that tree. It's terrible game design. How dare they make trees in this game that aren't breakable look sorta kinda like some that are in a game they won't release for another 5 years. How dare they? Trash game design. Anyway, here's Byron Bay. Level the 5.
Horizon Byron Bay. It's perfect. Well, maybe just a few more streamers.
Few more streamers? Yeah, you know, maybe, but they're all streaming Horizon 5. Actually, right now, they're probably all streaming Gran Turismo 7, if we're being fair. But, you know, they're probably a Horizon Mexican. You know, not visiting the past. It crashed! Are you kidding me? That means we're going to have missed the dialogue for the Goliath, I'm betting. Or I'm going to have to go back and go there. We'll see which. I can't believe it just crashed. That's great. That's good. High quality video game. I don't know why I'm mashing A very slowly, but I sure am. Like it wasn't gonna do anything until the menu was up, but like, look, it felt nice to do, okay? It made it feel like it went by faster. Alright, you're not my real dad. You can't tell me what to do. G Fuel is totally empty. Oh yeah, I guess I can unmute. Or not, because the goddamn iTunes pop-up is going to get in my way. Because Windows pop-ups are a pain in the ass. Oh well. Always something they're blocking in the bottom right. Byron Bay level 4, so it just undid the thing that I did. Why am I spawning at Byron Bay, though? I'm gonna be upset if I lost an hour and a half of progress. I'm also gonna be kind of impressed if that's managed to happen.
Hey, Melody. There's a driver who's got a bit of a following. It might be worth bringing them into your lineup.
Oh, drive to a festival site to expand it, okay.
There was a rumor about a barn find that we haven't investigated yet.
Okay. I saw it get like 1.3 million fans to expand, but okay. No, it's just this. Okay, cool. I'm gonna mute this again, because it's gonna start blasting credits music at me, I think. Or wait, no, it didn't do that. That was after I beat the showcase. Never mind, we'll find it.
It's perfect. Well, maybe just a few more streamers.
Don't do it. Hit me with that Goliath. Oh, right. Car first. Veyron. See, this is why I was trying to have money coming into this. Because I knew something like this would come up. Thankfully, the Veneno is not what I want most here. I would pick it up if I had the money, regardless of what I want. Which sort of makes me glad. Do I want the LaFerrari, the Veyron, or the Venom? And then I'm just in this already. I saved the most money getting the Veyron. You know what? I'll grab the Veyron. I don't know if this is just a me thing, but the Veyron, at least to my history with the Forza Horizon series, is interesting. The Veyron, at least in my experience with the Horizon series, is a very iconic car when it comes to Horizon. You know what? The same logic as when I found Snowdrop on the GT70. When am I going to find Rumble on a car? The most random of ponies to find on a car, and on a Veyron of all things. Damn. Okay. I'll go with it. I'll take it. Now the question is, do I drive this thing stock or maxed in the Goliath? That is the question. And I guess the answer just comes down to how much stupid can I do to this thing? I could make a mistake. I'm gonna not do that, though. No, thank you. I'm gonna add a bit of downforce. Look, I'd really like to be able to adjust the rear wing, but the Veyron has the pop-up wing, and I can't get rid of that. I just can't. We're gonna go with the rally tires, since apparently we're on sport. So I guess technically this wouldn't be a maxed out build. I'm just gonna throw everything on and then compare it to stock, and we'll see. I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to go well into X-Class. Driver is addicted to ponies. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I didn't... No! I hate it here. I hate it here. Okay, this is actually barely gonna reach X-Class. So it's actually not gonna reach X-Class. What the hell? It only reaches X-Class with... Screw it, I'll drive it maxed, I guess, if we're staying in S2. What the hell? Okay, I also have 4 barn finds to collect. Was I waiting to do these all at once? No, I just happened to have not done these. Okay.
This thing didn't just win Le Mans. That same year, 49,
Dude, it won the Lemons?
Florio, and the Mille Miglia as well. Hence, 166mm. This
Gets
is what
skewered
it's
by
like to be
the
a car nerd.
by the Forza community, by car culture in general. Speedrun, any percent? You just gotta call that race the Lemons.
I have no idea what a nightmare it was finding parts for this thing. Guess now we know why the previous owner gave up on it. Still, runs like a dream now. It's all yours.
Oh, the old
Market for
Skyline.
Japanese imports out here.
Neat.
Being so close, it's pretty cheap and easy. Of
Well,
course,
I'm
it's
not
cheap
gonna
enough
drive
to
any of
find
those.
one
We're
in
gonna stick to the
Barn.
Veyron.
I'll be that lucky.
Now, when I exit the garage, we should get some new races and PR stunts.
Oh, if only I had an ace driver I could give these to.
Or, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, or one new race and some PR stunts, but nope. We get several. But the most important of which is down there on the beach of all places.
400 yards. Turn right. Turn right.
I really hope this car isn't terrible. It actually feels really solid on the dirt, and I am intimidated by the fact that a Veyron handles this well. Aw, Denger sign, I should have taken it. Oh well. It's fine, don't worry about it.
You have arrived.
We
at
have
your
discovered the Goliath Circuit! I don't actually have every race unlocked for its championship. Nice. Fun fact about the Goliath Championship, by the way. It's 50 laps of the Goliath. And then I think a bunch of other races at 50 laps as well. It's very big larg. But we're only doing 1 lap of the Goliath today. Tragic though that may make it sound. Because after this, I still have 2 more Goliaths to do, although they're probably significantly shorter. So if we look at the route for this, you can see that Horizon 2's change of chonking off a third of the map did not stick. What I do wonder is if for some of these more open sections, 2's track philosophy of letting you take some of these as more off-roady courses, since we don't have the Titan or the... I still can't remember the name. But since we didn't have the dirt or cross-country Goliaths yet, we have a bit of a technical section on the dirt here, which is fair enough, I guess. Honestly, that just really makes me hope there are sections where you are better off going off-road if your car can handle it. That'd be wonderful. Because that would also mean that, like, this Goliath tests your car in every way, but gives you the option to not go cross-country E if you'd really rather not. What did I hit? I didn't! I'm driving a 4,000-pound car. Hi there. I can't do this in first person. I don't have, like, enough feel for where my car is. Yeah, I can't break those until Horizon 5. I don't know why resuming from that rewind was as delayed as it was. I couldn't go that fast! Dick! Understeer, thy name is 4,000 pounds of quad turbo! I don't even know if the Veyron's the one with the quad turbo. Or if that started with a later one. I have to brake so much harder than the AI in front of me does, and than the braking line suggests. And then when I'm on the brake, I understeer even more. And the AI just pulls away. I'm not going to win this race at this rate. It's not going to be possible because of my car choice at this rate. Remember when this thing handled well? Yeah, that was before I was in 6th gear. Oh my god, it just doesn't turn. Okay, how far into the race am I? I'm gonna tune some of the handly bits and start this race over. Because we're only a little bit in. I don't want to mess with the pressure. That would explain a lot, actually, looking at the diff. I know I don't have face cam, but when I scrolled over here, my jaw dropped. We're gonna go with the good old 100-0, 110. It's this nice little starting point that I do in Horizon 5. The game is very confused. Hopefully this is better. A lot of this is just like my starting point stuff for tunes in Horizon 5. Hopefully this will make it a lot more tolerable. Some of it's going to be pretty big shift from what it was, and some of it's going to be pretty minor. It's a lot less stable on the dirt now, though. I think I know what I did that caused that. Yeah, especially because that stability is back when I'm on the road. I definitely know what I did to cause that. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Woohoo! Ow. Yep, I still weigh like 4,000 pounds. Can't tune that out. I actually don't know how much weight I took out of this thing. I don't know how much I weigh. I didn't actually look. I was trying to turn left, I promise you. Understandable. Have a nice day. Damn it! I'm trying to go light on the brakes, especially since I kicked my brake power up a bit. And just mostly coast through these corners. It just is taking some serious adjusting. So what I don't know is if the better play is to keep this strategy and just have stronger brakes, or have weaker brakes but just floor the brakes. Obviously I'm probably not starting over, given that I can actually, the car's drivable now. But I really like the way this thing feels, and I would like to improve on it. You know, or you could just be an asshole and refuse to turn as soon as I compliment you, you goddamn dick melon. Also, it occurs to me that since I'm driving in third person, you can all see now that the back of my car says driver is addicted to ponies, and I don't like them. Airtime is pain when you don't see it coming. Maybe the strat is to just start slamming on the brakes with stronger brakes. Damn it! This is recoverable if I do it right. Or I could just hit a tree, that's fine too. I was gonna say I'm still pretty far ahead, but not as far as I thought, actually. Could be worse. See, this is the section where they could have gotten really loose with the checkpoints if they wanted to. But they didn't. That's unfortunate, actually. Especially because it starts on the beach and, like, the very beginning is a test of your car on the dirt. Oh, well. Could have gone worse. Apologize for the lack of commentary. I'm concentrating. This car is very fun, but hard to drive. This might be my favorite car in this game. I've never driven the Veyron in Horizon 3 before. This might be my favorite car in this game. Pain! Well, that was recoverable until the game just decided, you know what? You're just gonna spin instead of actually turning. To be fair, I was on the grass. This is why gamers don't touch grass. It kills us. God, that tree was breakable! Okay. So here's the strat, then. Ha-ha! Oh, strats for days, baby! That's like normal. Oh, okay, it would have just been a bit more of a technical section, and I am very happy that there's a straight section. It just makes me sad that there's not an off-road section. Although, to be fair, I guess if they knew that Blizzard Mountain was going to be a thing, that would be where they probably put all of their off-road. As I've said, though, I've never played the Blizzard Mountain Goliath, and it might just be a dirt run with snow tires, and that would make me sad. I don't know what the hell I want to drive for that. Also, how many credits do I have? Oh my god, I put myself below now. Ugh, 6 digits. Ow. That was like a preemptive ow. I opened my mouth knowing I was gonna hit the wall. How far ahead am I? Not very. This might be a less than 10-minute Goliath. This might actually be a shorter lap than Horizon 2's finale. Damn. I don't like that the music just kind of dropped off right after I hit the rock as well. That just doesn't help. I guess we're going around for like the 90th time this race. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to be less than 10 minutes. It'd be interesting if this was the shortest Goliath. Well, the shortest Goliath circuit, I guess I should say. Okay, technically, 1s and 2s weren't circuits, but I am counting them as circuits. Because basically they are. I don't I know, man. Horizon 3's map lends itself really well to this race. As does its handling and this Veyron. Yeah, light braking hasn't worked a single time this race. I don't know why I keep trying it. Ooh, why was I not turning it all there? Okay, so it's not gonna be under 10 minutes, but it's barely gonna be over. It's... Ooh! Am I far enough ahead? No, I rewind this, because I'm gonna lose the race if I don't. You know, there is no way to know that's coming, but at least the braking line tries to warn you. Back on the sand we go! I tried to flex and look cool, and then my car decided that it wanted to go all the way into the water. Like a bitch. No, dude. No, dude. I did not just do that. No, dude, I did not. I mean, well, I guess not counting, I know the Hot Wheels one's technically shorter, but I think that's a shorter lap than Horizon 1's was. Very similar in length, though, in terms of time. But this one has a lot of straights, and I know that Horizon 1 had, not as many of those. Dude, this Noble is... I need to see how far behind the Noble is. Hold on. How far behind are you, friend? Very. I don't feel like waiting another 2 minutes. You only get 43 grand per lap as base. Stupid amount of experience and fans, right? 34. I guess that's like 2 levels though, isn't it? Level and 3/4. But throw in skills, lineup, perks, and it's realistically you're probably getting the 40k out of it. I got 51, and that's out of 1 lap. So if you want to do 50, that's pretty good. Yeah, 50 laps is this music is very quiet and blurred for me, but I can hear it, and I don't like that. You do get a 250,000. Oh, you get twice as many fans for a 10-minute lap as you do for a 3-minute race. So it's really inefficient. Especially when Hot Wheels and Blizzard Mountain have much more money efficient races. I wish I could show you guys the championship for this, because it literally just has 50 laps of like 16 races or something stupid like that. I don't know why I set the waypoint there. Nor do I know why I set a waypoint at all, because I can just go to this. Also, I have daily payouts of very little money. Fair enough. Anyway, let's travel to Blizzard Mountain and go for Goliath number 2 of today. That was really fun. That was really fun. I'm not gonna lie. Having played 1 and 2 and 3's main Goliaths, and being very sad that I can't play 2's expansions, and whatever the finales are for those. 5's Goliaths aren't that great. Like, they're, I think all 4 of them are fantastic races. But they don't compare. They don't compare. And what I'm wondering is, are they better than Dilbert? Or is this going to be something we discover that Dilbert did better than Horizon 5? I'm going to enter the festival site. I'm going to sort by class. I want to find something I can go off-roading in S1 reliably. Yeah. Yeah, we'll go with the funny Luna car, and then I'm going to hop back in the Veyron for the Hot Wheels run. But, even though it has snow tires, I think sticking with a proper off-roader, even if it is more of a rally car than like a hard off-roader, is probably a good idea. Besides, it's all-wheel drive. I can probably handle it. The Kingmaker! Blizzard warning in this area. I wonder, because this one's clearly a circuit, I wonder if you can actually customize the lap count on this one. Ow. Yeah, I'm on the wrong side of the road. That's my bad.
You have arrived at your destination.
Huh. So maybe you can't. Or maybe you can, but you have to complete it first. Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious. I really want to know if you can customize the lap count thing of this, because you can of the Hot Wheels one. I wonder if it's technically a sprint. Still weird that it doesn't give me, like, that it didn't give me any options. I can't tune my car? Okay. I hope it's tuned well. Alright, I'm gonna try and stick to first person for this race. Now, is this... This looks like it's just a rally run with not a lot of proper off-roading. Huh. I mean, I'm okay with it. It just, again, bothers me then that they took some sections of the mainland Goliath and... No, it is 1 out of 1 lap, so I bet the lap count's customizable. I guess it just doesn't let you the first time? Which I guess makes sense because it's the finale. Like, Hot Wheels lets you, but Hot Wheels lets you customize it a lot, so... I do wonder when the blizzard kicks in and how long this race is going to be. There's the Blizzard. I wonder if it's time triggered or if it is... Did the racing line just reload because of the blizzard? That's interesting. I wonder if it triggers by time or location. Time would make sense because it would have triggered probably at a minute and started setting on, right? If I had to guess. Yeah, I'm a failure. Also, I had to press rewind 3 times. So that's fun. Just got Horizon Ford for a second there. Horizon Ford, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't have been Horizon Ford. I'm in the Ford! Also, why am I in this thing? I thought I got in the Luna. Like, I'm not... What level am I? 896. Oh, that's why I couldn't tune the car at the beginning. See, I realized I was in it and didn't say anything. But that was after I couldn't tune it, and I did not put 2 and 2 together once I did. That's why I couldn't tune it. Interesting. I wonder why I'm not just in my own car, though. Again, I wonder if you can do 50 laps in any car you want after you've completed it. I'm betting you can. I'm betting it's because it's a challenge. So there's a power section coming down on the right? Kind of. Yeah, I guess the ending bit's pretty much a power section, and then there's a small one here. I guess the small one's more of a torque section, but... Why did I just start moving sideways instead of forward? Like I was moving forward and my car wasn't turning, I was just slowly moving less forward and more sideways. That's what it felt like, at least. Especially relative to the fact I was trying... Maybe it is based on location. I'm upset. Okay, wait, you saw how hard left I was holding and my car just wasn't... Talk about understeer. My car literally didn't turn. You saw my hand all the way left. My hands, I guess I should say. You saw my hands on the wheel all the way left and my car going straight. I didn't even realize that until I saw it in the rewind. Are you kidding me? There's understeer, and then there's the game just ignoring me. What was I, in the air somehow? Did I turn straight up? Ah, well. Also, by the way, in case you missed it when I said it at the beginning of stream, I am going to be doing all of Horizon 4's Goliaths tomorrow, so that'll be pretty interesting, hopefully. And also I did 1s and 2s the past 2 days, so that was nice. And on Thursday's Horizon 5 stream, I'm going to be doing all of the Goliaths in that game on this alt of mine. The only one I have on Xbox. That'll be fun. And at the end of doing all of those Goliaths on Thursday, I will be revealing the super spicy secret that is the thing that I'm doing for the birthday sleep block, for the channel anniversary sleep block this year. And I am attempting to drop hints with each of these streams so far. Today's hint was I don't remember. Oh, I see. The first hint was that it's so long it has to be split into 2 weekends. The second hint was that even though it's really, really long, that it's going to be fast-paced with minimal downtime. Oh, and today's hint was that it involves multiple games, but not the entirety of any involved games. And I don't know what tomorrow's hint's going to be, but I certainly wouldn't tell you until tomorrow, even if I did know. But I don't, and I need to think of one. Oh, well. Actually, no, I know what tomorrow's hint's going to be. Oh, crap, that wasn't the finish line. The line looked like it was a lot closer. But that is the Blizzard Mountain Kingmaker Goliath thing. I've done the thing. I did it. I am the queen of the mountain. That was terrible. This is terrible for money. Actually, how long was the lap? Hold on. Well, actually, for 6 minutes. Oh, and I get the thing. I wasn't looking. I was looking at the race time on stream. I get the car for clearing it the first time. So I guess that's why I'm in it. I don't know why I had to drive it to earn it. I did it. I did it.
I think that had to be one of the most spectacular races we've ever run at Horizon Australia. What do you think, Your Majesty?
I did it. In before it's not replayable? Okay, it is. I'm just gonna reverse to that real quick. No, I'm gonna turn it on. I wanna see. Are you forced to play that in that car as one lap every time? No, and it comes with a championship. 5 events, 41 miles. 2 laps of Kingmaker, 5 laps of Mountain Peak Scramble, 5 laps of Summit Challenge Scramble, and then 2 sprints. Also, is that Kingmaker without Blizzard? Interesting. So it is replayable with whatever restrictions you want, and does have a championship. So that's cool. That was fine. I don't know. After running the regular mainland Goliath, I don't know. That wasn't super great, but it was fun. It was fun. That one I would say is on a slightly lower level than Horizon 5's, which again are fantastic races. One's Goliath, 2's Goliath that you can't replay, and 3's Goliath are just, and the Hot Wheels Goliath are just so above and beyond. It's not that Kingmaker and 5's Goliaths are bad races. It's just, one of 5's is a PR stunt and not a race. And yeah. Oh well. They're all good races in the end, so who cares? Who cares? I don't know why I said it like that, honestly. I was just kind of moving my mouth in various directions, and that's just how it came out. I guess, so that's why I said it that way. Because that's the sound that comes out when your face makes the motions my face made. Anyway, we're going to need an S2 car, and I think I've got a pretty spicy one in mind. Oh, wait, I scrolled past it. Oh, wait, I have a go-kart. I forgot about that. Still not going to drive it. I've got this spicy little S2 car right here. This Chonka-Wonker. So we're going to go play the Hot Wheels Goliath. I don't know why I felt the need to say it like that, but I did. Also, I really like how all of the Goliaths in this game are right near a festival site. I think that's pretty cool. Although it also kind of makes it a bit of a shame that 3 wasn't the game that introduced having multiple Goliaths. Because if 3 introduced the Titan and all them, then you could have had the dirt one be it where the pink one. I don't remember what that one is. Have the Titan be... Not only do I... So now I don't remember that Goliath name, nor do I remember the festival name that it would have started at if 3 had one. But then also, yeah, you'd have the Titan be near Horizon Outback. You'd have the Colossus be at Surfers. And then, of course, the Goliath would just be where it is. Because it already is. Maybe have it start on the road and not go onto the few dirt roads that it does.
You ready? Remember, all you have to do is follow the orange plastic road.
True. Okay. This is not going to be a good zooming song. This, on the other hand, will be. Well. Not only do I need to drive third person to drive the Veyron well, it's also a Hot Wheels race. I somehow doubt that that is the strat as much as I want it. I can't go... What?! Are you serious? Wow! Really, game? That is, like, actually frustrating. What the hell? Why did it... Was it just Horizon 4ing me? You know it's a bug in that game? Hi there. Hello there. General Kenobi! Dude, I weigh like 3 times what that thing does. Somehow, I'm still in first coming off of that. I'm gonna be so fast coming out of this loop. Yeet! Pain. So close, man. So close. Good enough. Zoom, bitches! Except I'm only in 5th gear, so I only got up to like 200. Because I'm pretty sure those go by what gear you're in, how fast they put you. Or they just have a limit to how fast they can make you go. That is, I guess, how they... Okay, never mind. So, like, fast cars just get a lot less out of those than slow cars do. Because it's not restricted by your top speed in the slightest. Also, I like how my car wouldn't stop squiggling until exactly when I got passed by another car. That's nice. That's nice. You'll love to see it. Light braking never works, and I don't know why I try. That was interesting, to say the least. Now, what if I just coast the rest of this? I'll start drifting? Okay. I see! So basically, the game is just throwing, like, 12 middle fingers my way. And they're also severed, so it's terrifying. Okay, but what was that landing, though? Why did I land like that? Buddy! You're not even touching me. How are you pushing me? I really thought I was about to go flying off. I literally can't take the corner the way he is, like through this movie bit. I literally can't. I just donk off the walls, and I can't do anything about it. And then he comes out of it faster than me, and then I also can't do anything about that. I need a good straight to catch up. Having said that, one's right here. How much farther do we have to go? Okay, we're about halfway through the race. Accounting for turny bits. I promise you, what I was trying to do almost worked. I told you it almost worked. Okay, seriously?! What is this game's obsession with not letting me turn? Oh, because I was in the track. Okay, well, I might as well go sideways on my turns. I didn't go over it, I was just going too fast for it. Nice. He triggered it and I didn't, though. I wonder how that happened. What is this game's obsession with just ignoring the fact that I'm trying to turn? Like there's understeer and physics and stuff, and then there's the game just not acknowledging the fact I am on the steering wheel. And then there's the game just not acknowledging the fact that I am on the steering wheel. Which of course the AI doesn't have to deal with, and they can corner its speed. I'm upset. We're getting dangerously close to the end. Thankfully, we have a good speedy bit coming up, as well as the fact that shooting me up to 200 probably does more good for me than it does for this guy. Still... I'm a little concerned. Out of my way. Ooh, it actually took me up to 245! Is that the end of the race up ahead? Oh god. It is! Oh dear! I'm scared, Martha! Once I hit this straight, I'm home free. Yes! Victory! I am not using the Hot Wheels tires. I was using the rally tires.
I wasn't worried.
Do the Hot Wheels tires actually, like, make a difference on the Hot Wheels stuff? Because they're just listed as race tires with the stats of race tires. That would be really stupid if that's how that works, but I'll have to keep that in mind for the future, if that is the case. Either way, though, that is all 3 of Horizon 3's Goliaths knocked out. Hit me with that wheel spin, baby. Damn it, I almost got the 75. It's fine, I'll take 100 grand. They specifically give you better grip on the plastic track. That's neat. I wonder why there's nothing indicating that anywhere in the game. I mean, I guess they are called the Hot Wheels race tires, but like, but if we're comparing that to the snow tires in Horizon 5, like, the snow tires don't share stats with anything else, nor part of their name. Like, if it was just called the Hot Wheels tires, that would make sense. That's dumb. And also, it was happening earlier anyway. But I'll keep that in mind, I guess. I'll have to mess with that.
I talked to Hot Wheels. They're leaving the track set up indefinitely. So you get back in the car. I'll start bringing drivers in for some full-blown championships.
Does this have a championship? It does. 113 miles. Is this also going to be 50 laps? No. Well, that's boring. That's boring. I wonder if championships bypass class restrictions. Huh. Interesting. Well, that is all 3 of Forza Horizon 3's Goliaths. This surprisingly ended up being the shortest of the 3. I expected it to take a little longer than it did, but then it didn't. So, that's neat. So I know it's a little shorter than the past 2 streams have been. But I do think that I am gonna wrap up here. I'm kind of excited to see if 4 has good Goliaths, even though I don't like the way that the driving in the game feels. So we're gonna wrap up here. I'm gonna see who else is live, and we're gonna go on a raid and show some support. Let's see here. I filtered the live and it's showing me videos. Let me refresh that filter. Thanks, YouTube. You're wonderful. We're gonna go ahead and raid a shiny hunting stream with the hashtag ThonkRaid. But before I end, I do just want to say, don't forget that if you're interested, tomorrow we're going to be playing through Horizon 4's Goliaths, all 7 1/4 of them. And then Thursday I'll be doing that in 5 before I move on to Forzathon shenanigans. And at the end of those Goliath runs on Thursday, I'll be announcing what the channel anniversary sleep block is. The hints so far are that it is so long that it has to be split across 2 weekends, and it'll still both be really long streams. And then the second hint was that even though it's going to take that long, it's still going to be fast-paced with minimal downtime. And the third hint today was that it involves multiple games, but not the entirety of those games. Here's the link to who we are rating. Make sure to drop a like and show some support on their stream. Thank you all so much for coming out, and I will see you all in whatever the hell you watch of mine next.